Hi, welcome to this presentation on weight management. My name is Tammy Duncan. I am a Master Certified Wellness Coach, certified through the Catalyst Coaching Institute, and I am also a nutrition therapy practitioner, certified through Nutrition Therapy Association. And I want to mention that this presentation was done in conjunction with Suzanne Brown, who is a registered dietitian and a wellness coach. I'm excited to be bringing this topic to you. Weight management is definitely an important one and one that you will run across quite often. It's one of the top 3 New Year's resolutions across the nation. So this is a goal that will come up, and especially as people approach the new year or vacation or special events. I want to say up front that the battle of weight is something that can be quite sensitive. It's much more sometimes than just the weight itself being dealt with. You know, it's much more than, oh, I need to lose a few pounds or I need to tone up. It can actually be pretty deep seated with emotions maybe that are attached to food or compulsive eating issues, maybe stress. And this is more like chronic stress, not just I've had a bad day, but more long-term stress that maybe leads to uncontrollable eating. Depression can be a part of this as well, where food is found as a comfort or something that maybe relieves them from just feelings that they're having. And so with things like these, this may be a place where you offer the suggestion of seeing a counselor. A counselor can help a person overcome specific root problems tied to food. And I want to say, obviously, you don't want to offer this suggestion during your first session with a new client. That could be a little pushy or feel a little like too much, but certainly once you get to know, you've built a relationship with your client and you realize that, wow, this is more than just, you know, I need to lose weight. There's something deeper. There's something emotional about this that needs to be addressed. And we are not experts in that area. And we honestly don't have the time as well to delve into some of that. But counselors are fantastic. And there's many that are food specific, or, you know, that kind of that emotional piece that's tied with food. And so that can be things like bulimia or anorexia, but it also can be all these things we just mentioned, like depression and just having these emotions that are tied to food. And counselors do this great job of uncovering those things and helping them overcome these issues and to move on and view food in a healthy way. And it's pretty amazing. I have a couple of clients that are actually seeing counselors about food issues. And it's amazing how it enhances our sessions, our wellness sessions, and helps us maybe progress a little faster or, yeah, faster beyond these things so that we can kind of move into other areas. In this presentation, I'm going to focus less on the number. So perhaps that number is something like what someone weighs currently. Maybe it's the number being the amount of calories they're aiming to eat, or maybe the weight they want to lose or the weight they want to be at some point. And it's not that the number isn't important. So it certainly is. So don't misrepresent what I'm saying. It's definitely a place to start. When someone comes to you and they say that they want to lose weight, there's a reason for that, right? They saw something on the scale maybe that was disheartening and frustrating, or maybe their doctor has suggested that they lose X amount of weight, or maybe their BMI is over what it should be. And so this is startling for them. So it's definitely important. But when the focus is so much on the number, it can truly be frustrating for clients because they kind of want some instant results, right? When only 1 pound is lost since they last weighed themselves, they can be so frustrated. And so that focus on the number, it can lead to frustration. It can also take the focus off of health, and more. And I think this is unintentional, of course, but it's off of the health, and it's more on that satisfactory number. And then another thing, as we see here on the slide, is that it can lead to a temporary change or an end in mind. This is just how the brain works. So once that number is reached, our brain kind of goes, well, we're done with that. Let's just drop what we're doing and go back to those old, easier habits. And that doesn't happen to everyone, but it certainly can. And a good example of that is when I hear clients say, I have a wedding coming up and I want to look great in my dress, or I'm going on vacation, I'm about to get in a swimsuit, so I want to look good for that, or I'm going to a reunion and, want to look good for that. So it's great and awesome that they have this motivation coming that really motivates them to kind of get things on track and lose that weight. But many times that event, it just comes and it goes, and those great habits that they built go right with the event. They put the swimsuit away, they put the dress away, and those old habits just creep back in. And they get frustrated and they're like, why can't I get back on track? And part of that is because the focus was merely on the event. They weren't thinking beyond that event. They were just thinking right up to that event. There was no plan beyond that. There was no plan beyond reaching that number on the scale. And so that event, when it came, was the end of change. So here's what we want to do instead. We want to move our clients towards a change in lifestyle. So this is long-term talk, changing and forming habits for the big picture of their life, not just for one event. We want them to see kind of this new perspective on things that consist of a healthy lifestyle, like, reduced stress, proper sleep, a beautiful nutrient-rich diet, exercise. We want them to see those things as being contributors to a healthy lifestyle and a better quality of life, not just a chore list. Magazines and media can kind of make it like a to-do list. Like if you do these things, check this off, then this is going to happen. Well, we want to kind of change that mentality to, I want my life to be of good quality. I want to take good care of myself for the long term. And there's joy in that. It's not, this tedious, dreadful to-do list. So again, managing weight is creating a better quality of life. When we interweave these things that are on this slide, when we interweave exercise and movement with these beautiful meals that we can create and wonderful sleep, then obviously we hope that leads to weight loss. It's this bonus, right? We get to lose weight. We don't want to equate this to perfect health, right? This isn't really an equation. It's just the way things generally work, is interweaving these things leads to a better quality of life and a healthier weight. So we never want them to think that these things equal perfect health. That is not a guarantee. So I just wanted to put all that up front, that this is what this presentation will be focusing on. So here's our agenda for the presentation. Why is weight management